My name is Ree, and on March 15th, I learned 3 years of loyalty meant nothing when matched against one woman's ego. It started at 7 a.m. I was organizing client files when Evangeline Beaumont, the CEO's wife, burst into my office in fury. "You'll be terminated today," she hissed. Why? Because at a charity gala the night before, I hadn't stood up when she walked past my table. She took it as an insult. What she didn't know was that I had good reason to avoid her, because I'd been her private Mandarin tutor for 8 months. Let me back up. 8 months earlier, I took on a tutoring gig through an elite service. The pay was excellent, $300 per session. My student, who introduced herself as Eva, was trying to impress Chinese investors for a $50 million deal. She was arrogant, dismissive, and completely clueless about Mandarin. But I needed the money. Over time, I learned Eva was desperate to prove herself as more than a trophy wife. I wrote her entire presentation phonetically and coached her in every cultural detail. She could recite everything, without understanding a word. The night of the gala, I saw her across the room. Elegant. Radiant. She still didn't recognize me, but when our eyes met briefly, something clicked. The next morning, she marched into my office and got me fired. As I packed up, I had one last move. I sent my boss, James Morrison, videos of our tutoring sessions. Eva mispronouncing simple greetings, demanding scripts, and admitting she understood nothing. I revealed my true identity. "I'm Reese Morgan. And your wife's presentation? It's a fraud." 3 days later, James begged me to return. Evangeline had locked herself in the bathroom, terrified to speak casually with the investors. I agreed, not to save her, but to protect the international team I'd built. At the meeting, Evangeline opened with her memorized script. But one unscripted Mandarin question shattered her act. She froze. I took over and salvaged the presentation. The investors were impressed, with me, not her. One even asked who'd really be managing the partnership. Evangeline's reputation crumbled that day. 2 weeks later, James called again. The board was furious. They offered me a promotion, Vice President of International Business Development. 6 months later, I rebuilt the China deal, this time for $68 million. Eventually, I became Senior VP of Global Operations. Evangeline? Shunned, exposed, and quietly replaced. The woman who tried to destroy me over a perceived insult ended up handing me the biggest promotion of my career. Sometimes karma wears heels too.